In the heart of a sprawling African village where ancient traditions rule and secrets are buried deep within the earth, a young woman named Adaeze is caught in the midst of a supernatural storm. From birth, she was destined for greatness, or so the village elders whispered. Raised by her grandmother, a revered spiritual leader, Adaeze has always felt the weight of the prophecy hanging over her life. It speaks of a child born under a rare celestial event whose arrival would herald a new era, either of peace or destruction. Years pass, and Adaeze's peaceful life takes an unexpected turn when she gives birth to Nnamdi, a child who carries the exact mark described in the prophecy, a silver crescent scar on his forehead, visible only in the moonlight. The elders believe he is the child of destiny, the one who will fulfill or destroy the ancient prophecy. As the baby grows, strange things begin to happen in the village. Crops fail, rivers dry up, and the once peaceful community is consumed by mysterious illnesses. Whispers spread that the prophecy's time is near. However, Adaeze's maternal instincts tell her that her son is not the cause of the calamities, but rather the key to saving their people. Her doubts grow as a ruthless faction within the village, led by a power-hungry elder named Unku, seeks to exploit Nnamdi's powers for their own gain. Unku is determined to control the prophecy and use the child's power to bend the village and its people to his will. As tensions rise, Adaeze's world is thrown into chaos. A brutal attack by an unknown group of mercenaries hired by Unku forces her and Nnamdi to flee their home, setting the stage for an epic journey. Adaeze is joined by Chijioke, a childhood friend and skilled warrior who has secretly harbored feelings for her. Chijioke vows to protect Adaeze and Nnamdi at all costs, even as they begin to unravel the mystery of the prophecy. Adaeze's life begins as a typical Nigerian student. She juggles her university coursework with her family's expectations, especially her overbearing father, Chief Okafor, who is determined to see her married off to Chijioke Nulsu, a wealthy businessman's son. The arranged marriage is just another part of the plan to secure the family's legacy. However, things take an unexpected turn during a routine medical checkup. Adaeze finds herself pregnant by a childhood love, Chijioke, whose true affection for her was kept hidden due to the pressure of his family's expectations. Adaeze and Chijioke's secret relationship leads to the birth of Nnamdi, whose mark matches the one described in the family's sacred text. When Nnamdi's birth is linked to the chaos that engulfs the village, political corruption, economic downfall, and a sudden outbreak of a deadly virus, the people and religious leaders begin to blame the child. Some claim he is a reincarnation of an ancient spirit, while others see him as the vessel of a great evil. Adaeze must decide whether to protect her son from those who would use him for their own gain or risk everything to find out the truth about his purpose. With the village descending into chaos, Adaeze's role as a student, a mother, and a woman caught between two worlds becomes more complicated. Adaeze flees Enugu with Nnamdi after a failed assassination attempt orchestrated by a corrupt village that believes Nnamdi holds the key to a vast fortune hidden in the country's ancient tombs. The journey leads Adaeze, Chijioke, and Nnamdi to the rural villages of the Igbo heartland, where Adaeze's family's secrets are buried deep. As Adaeze struggles to keep her son safe, she begins to experience strange abilities, visions of the future, sudden bursts of strength, and an innate connection to the land. Her lineage, it turns out, has been intertwined with the ancient gods and the elements of nature. Adaeze's growing powers become crucial as she faces betrayal from her own uncle, Elder Ukwu, who has sided with the elders' elite and wishes to exploit Nnamdi's abilities. Along the way, they are joined by Ngozi, a fellow student and childhood friend who has become a rebel leader in the fight against corrupt elders' forces. Ngozi reveals that she has been searching for Adaeze, knowing that the prophecy can be used to change the course of history. But as they get closer to unlocking the truth, they are ambushed by mercenaries hired by Ukwu. Adaeze realizes that the prophecy is not just about Nnamdi, but about her as well. Her choices will decide whether her son becomes the savior or the destruction of village. The elders' forces, led by the ruthless General Odembo, are determined to harness Nnamdi's powers for their own gain, using him to manipulate the entire village. The final act escalates as Adaeze and her allies launch a daring raid to infiltrate Ukwu's stronghold, a remote fortress in the mountains of Abia State, where Nnamdi is being held captive. Adaeze confronts her uncle Ukwu in a battle of wills. Ukwu reveals that he was once the protector of the prophecy, but was corrupted by power. He believes that Nnamdi's abilities can be used to take control of the villages and bring back the golden age of the ancient kingdoms. A fierce battle ensues, with Adaeze unlocking the full extent of her powers. She can summon storms, control the elements, and manipulate energy. As Adaeze fights for her son's future, Chijioke faces off with General Odembo's forces protecting the gates of the fortress. In an intense final showdown, Adaeze and Nnamdi confront Ukwu, who attempts to bind Nnamdi's power with dark magic. But Nnamdi, guided by her mother's love, breaks free and channels the strength of their ancestors. He defeats Ukwu, breaking the cycle of corruption that has plagued his family for generations. After the battle, Adaeze returns to Enugu with Nnamdi, who is now free from the chains of the prophecy. She decides to use her newfound powers for good, becoming a leader in the fight for social justice and national reform. With Chijioke by her side, they work to rebuild their community and ensure that the legacy of their ancestors will be used for the greater good. Nnamdi, now a young boy, becomes a symbol of hope for the nation, a reminder that even in the darkest times, the choices we make define our future. Fate versus free will. The tension between destiny and choice plays a central role in Adaeze's journey as she learns to shape her own path regardless of the prophecy. Legacy and leadership. Adaeze's evolution from a student to a leader reflects the importance of stepping up to take responsibility for one's community and nation. Family and sacrifice. The strong bond between Adaeze and Nnamdi, as well as her loyalty to her family, underscores the importance of love and sacrifice in times of crisis. Social change and activism. The story highlights the power of activism in the face of corruption and societal injustice, mirroring the struggles for reform in contemporary Nigeria. The end.